There's no part of me that have regrets about not doing it. Obviously, I had a couple moments where I wanted to do it, and
The GOAT debate just hit a boiling point, folks. For years, we've watched the tension between Michael Jordan and LeBron James play out in the most subtle yet unmistakable ways. It's been a series of jabs, side eyes, and competitive silence. But now the truth is finally coming out. And it turns out, the issue isn't just between Jordan and LeBron. It's a rift that runs deep through NBA legends, from Magic Johnson to Scottie Pippen, who all have their own personal beef with King James. The real question now? Does LeBron even care? Or is he thriving as the villain of the story? We've got all the details, the drama, and the shade. Let's break it all down, because this beef is personal. And trust, you won't believe why MJ is throwing jabs at LeBron.
I mean, I think obviously I've been in the game for a while, so I kind of know what to expect. And, obviously, one, you got to take care of your body, but more importantly, you got to take care of your mind.
All right, let's start with LeBron James. We all know he's one of the greatest to ever play the game. The numbers don't lie. The 4 NBA titles, 4 MVPs, the all-time scoring record. You name it, LeBron's got it. But here's the kicker. LeBron doesn't just want to be in the GOAT conversation. He wants to end it by declaring himself the one true king. Yeah, you heard that right.
we knew yesterday at practice. We had a tough practice yesterday, and we went at it yesterday. And
in an interview, LeBron openly said, "I was ecstatic. Like, obviously, I showed Daddy the first wave of emotion. That one right there made you the greatest player of all time." Whoa, hold up. Did he just crown himself the GOAT? You can see why this doesn't sit too well with legends like Michael Jordan and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who, let's be honest, helped lay the foundation for LeBron's whole career. So when LeBron says he's the greatest of all time after winning 1 championship in Cleveland, you've got to think, is this guy serious?
it just never worked out that way going into the following season, either because of injuries or I wasn't up for it. But I don't know. I mean, if those guys do it, I mean, those are...
Now, let's go back to that moment when LeBron made that statement. You'd think Michael Jordan would be too busy to even care about what LeBron says, right? Wrong. When LeBron made that claim, MJ's reaction was everything. In fact, it was almost iconic. You couldn't miss it. He didn't even have to say a word, but his facial expression alone told the world exactly how he felt. Jordan's subtle head shake, the awkward chuckle, it spoke volumes. And trust, that moment went viral faster than any basketball dunk.
I could figure it out for not only myself, but for my mom, get out of the inner city and make something out of it. So
MJ wasn't even trying to hide his disdain. No words, just pure gold, as the internet put it. His face became a meme, and honestly, it wasn't just funny. It was a direct shot at LeBron. No one had seen Jordan this ruthless in years. And that moment, right there, sparked a new wave of energy in the GOAT debate.
We can still be better offensively. I thought at times we were very sharp, but at times, we weren't. And I think.
But what's the real issue here? LeBron's not the only one out here claiming the throne. Michael Jordan, the 6-time NBA champion, has never actually come out and said, "I'm the greatest player of all time." Ever. Why? Because for him, it's always been about respecting the legends that came before him. Will Chamberlain, Jerry West, and all the other basketball giants who paved the way. Jordan never disrespected them by self-proclaiming his greatness. Instead, he just played. And he dominated.
Some guy called James, LeBron James.
Oh, okay, LeBron James. Is he playing? I didn't know he was playing. No, I just think that,
When asked directly about being the GOAT, MJ's response was priceless. No chest thumping, no flashy declarations. Just that signature humble deflection that made everyone respect him. He said, "I don't want it in a sense because I think it disrespects Will Chamberlain, Jerry West, all the guys that were prior to me. I never had a chance to compete against other legends that came before me." That's the whole mood, right? No ego, no need for validation, just the work.
Championship-wise, Kobe Bryant. He wants it so bad and he's willing to go to the extreme.
Now, let's keep it real. Scottie Pippen, MJ's right-hand man, didn't hold back either. He flat out called out LeBron's self-proclaimed GOAT status, and it was pretty bold. He pointed out that when someone is called the greatest, they don't have to announce it. It's understood. LeBron, on the other hand, just couldn't keep quiet.
Actually, they came to us, to do a partnership. And Neymar was a big Jordan fan, so the transition was much easier.
Pippen, in his own words, said, "My problem is more so what LeBron is. If people are saying Michael Jordan is the greatest, why do you need to say it? Why do you have to say it yourself? That's some real talk, right?" LeBron calling himself the GOAT before even stacking up the championships didn't sit well with the legends. For them, greatness isn't about announcing it, it's about letting your game speak for itself.
It's something that's given me energy, and and I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do. I think we only had 2 games?
It's not just about rings or stats for LeBron James. It's about surpassing Michael Jordan's legacy. Sure, LeBron's got 4 titles, but MJ's got 6. LeBron's hit the all-time scoring record, but Jordan's impact on the culture of basketball is something that can't be matched. Jordan's appeal transcended the game. He became a global icon, the face of basketball during the NBA's explosive rise in the 90s.
My first year ever playing organized sports, I won a Little League football championship that year, and then backed it up with a basketball championship.
LeBron's done it all. But here's the harsh truth. No matter how many championships LeBron wins, he'll never surpass the cultural footprint that MJ left behind. It's not just about being the best on the court. It's about being the face of the game, something Jordan did effortlessly. That's why this GOAT debate can't just be about numbers. LeBron can keep stacking his stats, but MJ has something LeBron will never have, the untouchable legacy.
We could do a better job on the offensive end, but we're going to continue to get better, continue to watch the film, see ways we can, kind of break down the defense.
Let's talk about LeBron's ego for a second. You remember that infamous Chosen One tattoo, right? LeBron got that inked on his back when he was still a teenager in high school, before ever stepping foot in an NBA game. And you know what? That's probably why people still roll their eyes every time he calls himself King James. He crowned himself before proving he deserved it. The tattoo was LeBron's way of saying, "I'm gonna be the greatest." And people just didn't feel it.
Superstars in our league. And obviously we know the athleticism that the guys you just named, it'll be pretty cool, so we'll see.
Michael Jordan didn't get the nickname Air Jordan until after he proved himself on the court. The media and Nike gave him that title once he started dominating. But LeBron, he was out here calling himself the king before he'd even won a title. That's a hard pill for a lot of the older generation to swallow, especially guys like Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who had to earn their greatness.
Through middle school championships, through high school, I won 3 state championships. I was just always born winner, and I knew.
Here's where things really get interesting. LeBron James doesn't just see Michael Jordan as a rival. He's chasing the ghost. LeBron himself admitted that his motivation for playing the game was, "This ghost I'm chasing, the ghost who played in Chicago." That right there is a cold reality for MJ fans. LeBron's whole career has been about surpassing Michael Jordan, and honestly, it's been personal.
I thought our attention to detail and our attention to the effort, that side of the floor was very in tune with that. Like I said, game 1.
But here's the problem for LeBron. Matching Jordan's 6 championships is only part of the battle. The real challenge for LeBron is overcoming Jordan's global popularity and cultural influence. No matter what LeBron achieves on the court, he'll never be as big as Michael Jordan in the hearts and minds of millions of fans around the world.
We play in different eras. He's an unbelievable player. Yeah, he's one of the best players in the world, if not the best player in the world. I know it's a natural tendency to compare eras to eras.
If you want to understand why LeBron James has so many haters, you've got to go back to 2010, to that one moment that made him the most disliked player in NBA history. We're talking about The Decision. Remember that? The TV special where LeBron announced that he was leaving Cleveland to join the Miami Heat. Not just an announcement, though, a televised spectacle. The world watched, and people were furious.
I think this is what he's battling with. It is what it is. He's cursed as much as I am.
But here's the thing. LeBron was building a super team. He joined forces with Dwyane Wade and Chris Bosh in Miami, and fans hated it. Even Michael Jordan was outspoken about the idea of teaming up with rivals to build a super team. For MJ, winning was about competition, not stacking the deck in your favor.
You know, we always just trying to find out ways or figure out ways how we can continue to build the game, how we continue to make it better and better.
So what does this all mean? Why does Michael Jordan continue to target LeBron James? It's not just about basketball, it's about respect. LeBron James may have the numbers, the rings, and the accolades, but MJ has something he'll never be able to match. A legacy that shaped the culture of the game. LeBron's journey to the top might have been filled with controversy, but it's clear he's always chasing the ghost of Michael Jordan.
You know, when I watched the replay, my first game on national television, it was like, will he be one of the one-name guys that ever played this game? It was like...
Now, I want to hear from you. Who do you think is the GOAT? LeBron, with his incredible stats and longevity, or Michael Jordan, whose impact on the game is truly unmatched? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're not already subscribed, hit subscribe to Celeb Titbits and stay tuned for more explosive debates, stories, and drama from the world of NBA stars.